Hello everyone, welcome to the Electronic Chef. I'm back at it again, trying to make create a dish here. It's going to be vegan jambalaya. Okay, and what I've done, I went out and did some shopping and pick up some vegan stuff. You know, I'm going to give it a try, and if you stick with me, we'll see how it comes out. You know, I'm going to go step by step with it. So stick with me, and we take a look. Okay, so here are the ingredients that I went and get, and I did a little prepping and put it together so you can see what it is I have and what I'm going to put together here. So I'm going to start from over in this corner here. I did and I made my very own blackened seasoning. Okay, it comprised of smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, salt, black pepper, thyme, basil, oregano, onion powder, you know, all the good stuff that you put into making cayenne pepper. Okay, so I have this. This is one of the ingredients that's going to give it that nice spicy flavor to it because it's jambalaya, and jambalaya is on the spicy side. I got me some vegetable broth. Okay, crushed me some garlic, some fresh garlic, some brown rice instead of white rice. I'm going to be using some brown rice, basil, not basil, sorry, but bay leaves going to go into it. I went and picked me up some plant-based sausages here. And what we're doing, we're using the original sausage, Italian, plant-based. We're going to use some smoked apple and sage and a little bit of Mexican chipotle sausage. What I did, 6 links I'm going to be using, so 2 of each. So I already cut up the smoked apple and sage and the original Italian sausage. That's already cut. So I just have to go now and cut up the Mexican spicy sausage. What happened? I stepped back out and I saw the sausage and I said, oh, this will go good in the jambalaya. So I picked some up, you know. I also have some cut carrots here and a habanero pepper that would be going into it also. Some diced tomatoes. We got some celery, green onion and regular onion diced up here, and some cauliflower. But what I did, I substituted mushrooms, you know, with the cauliflower. But if you decide to make this dish, you could do mushrooms. You could do mushrooms and cauliflower, whatever your little heart desire. You could go ahead and put it in the dish. And we have some red kidney beans. That's going to be in our jambalaya. We have some diced red and green peppers. We're going to use some sunflower oil. I've got me some diced fire roasted tomatoes. And to add a little more kick to it, I'm going to put some chipotle salsa in it. So we're going to make this a nice little spicy dish, you know, and we're going to start cooking it here. We're going to start putting things together. The brown rice that I use is your Uncle Ben's whole grain brown rice. So let's go. Let's start cooking. Okay, so here we have our pot, and we add in 2 tablespoons of what I'm using. Sorry, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Okay, that there. And then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the sunflower cocoa oil. 2 tablespoons of that is going into the pot. Okay. And make sure that is hot. All right, and then we're going to start adding our ingredients to it. First, we're going to start with the onions and celeries. Okay. Here you go. Into the pot. Into the pot you go. Yeah. All right. And with that there, we're going to add our fresh garlic. All right. We're going to give that a little stir up. All right. Okay. And then we're going to add our peppers. And I'm actually cooking here for the whole family. And why I'm using the cauliflower instead of the mushrooms is that I have one member that just don't like mushrooms, you know. So So with these ingredients in, we're going to give it a little stir, and then we're going to add some more. Alright, and with that in there, we're going to add some tomatoes, regular diced tomatoes. So we're going to cook this up here for about 5 minutes. Okay, you let this cook and simmer for about 5 minutes. Alright. Okay, so it's been going for about 3 to 5 minutes, and now we're going to add our homemade, this is blackened seasoning and Cajun seasoning that we made homemade. Okay, so what I showed you earlier on, that was my homemade blackened seasoning, and then I mix it with some of my homemade Cajun seasoning that we're going to add into this mixture here. Okay, you're going to give that a little stir. All right. All right, and then we're going to put our whole habanero pepper inside of there. All right, mix this around a little bit. All right, it actually smells great, and we're not even close to finish. Okay, so I'm going to add some my roasted tomatoes. I just added that. And you could use any brand. I got this organic roasted tomato, so I decided to use this in it. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. And you could actually put that to taste, you know, so as you make it and you taste it, you could go ahead you're going to stir this up here. Make sure you don't burst the pepper. We're going to let this simmer again for another 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, and come back to it, and we're going to complete the final stage of making it. So I have some rice here that I actually washed. I like to wash my rice, old habit from back in the day, you know, and I'm going to add that to the mixture. So here we go, add in the rice. Okay, so I put the rice in here. I'm stirring the rice in. Okay. And my pepper is somewhere in here, so let's hope I didn't damage the pepper. Okay. We'll find it somewhere along the line. We'll find the habanero pepper that we have in here. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this chipotle. Roasted chipotle, just one I'm going to put because it is spicy, you know, but we want to make sure that we have a little kick to this jambalaya. Okay, and jambalaya is a spicy dish, so you know. Oh, here we go, found the pepper. Okay, it's still intact. All right, jambalaya is a spicy dish, so we want to make sure that we get that kick to it, you know. Then I'm going to add my stock. Okay. And then we're going to let this simmer for a bit, let the rice cook. Okay, and in a separate pan, we're going to heat up the sausage and the sausage and the beans and cauliflower. Okay, so while that's working, we're gonna cover it. I'm adding my cauliflower here to this. I didn't want to add it too early because I don't really want it to overcook. And then I add in my bay leaves. Okay, one thing you gotta remember with bay leaves, when it finished cook, you gotta take the bay leaf out. Okay, so when the rice is finished cooked, you're gonna take the bay leaf. What I'm gonna do is bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer. Okay, to let the rice cook. So we're gonna go ahead and cover it, let it come to a boil, and then turn it down to a simmer. Okay, so here we have it boiling. All right, so we brought it to a boil, and now I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and let it simmer. Okay, and while that's simmering, what I'm going to do is cook up the beans and the sausage. Okay, so I'm putting a little bit of the oil in here because what I'm going to do is get the sausage and the beans all cooked up. So I had the pan heating, and you could tell the oil is hot. So it's running in the pot here. So we're gonna go ahead and add our sausage to here. Okay. And remember, this here is all vegan stuff that we're doing. Okay, so the sausage is a vegan sausage. So here's the kicker. If you really like meat, okay, and you're not into the vegan stuff, just replace the vegan sausage with real sausage. You know, and if I was gonna make it with real meat, I would get some Italian sausage and some of the smoked kielbasa sausage and use that in it. So I'm gonna let this cook and brown for a little bit here. All right, and then I'm gonna add my beans to it. And when the rice is finished, okay, we're gonna add this mixture to the rice, stir it up, and then we're ready to eat. Okay, too bad you all not here to join me with it to let me know how it tastes, but I'm gonna let you know how it tastes, and my assistants will let us know how it tastes too. Okay, so it's actually cooking here. We want to cook it and get it a little brown and the sausage in them. Okay, because we don't want the sausage boiled, so actually have it up high and you can hear it crackling and sizzling. You know, so I'm going to let it cook for a little bit there, then give it another stir so they all get cooked evenly. And once that's done, I'm going to add the beans. Now this is one big pot of jambalaya, so I got a lot of food here to eat later. So, but I think it's worth it. So I'm going to keep stirring it. I think it's going to add a nice flavor to the dish because we have the applewood smoke vegan sausage, we have the Italian sausage here, and we have some Mexican sausage thrown in there, also chipotle sausage. So that's going to add a little more spice to the dish. You know, so see the sausage brown in here. Let's open up this. That's what we want to get. The sausage, you see, want to get them looking like that. So I don't want to stir too much because it's plant-based, and I don't want it breaking up and then we have something looking like ground beef. You know, that I don't want. So I'm going to let it go a couple more minutes, and I'm going to add the beans. Let that cook, and as soon as the rice ready, we're going to add this to the rice, and that should be our jambalaya. So You could do all sorts of stuff with jambalaya. You could add shrimp, you know. You can make shrimp jambalaya if you know something vegan. I like trying out some vegan stuff because a lot of my friends now, you know, they're into the vegan stuff and not eating meat. So I try to accommodate and have something for them and do something for you all too out there who's making that switch over or want to from time to time switch from having meat and doing some vegan once in a while. I mean, I do it sometimes. I eat vegan sometimes, and then sometimes I throw my little meat in. I'm not a big meat lover, so I really don't miss it, you know. So here we have that going, and now I'm going to add the beans to it. Sizzling. We're going to give that a stir. And without the meat, I mean the beans add the protein for you. So you're still getting your protein from the beans here. So we're gonna let this just cook for a while and then add it to our rice. Okay, so it's simmering, so I just went and stirred a little bit. Okay, just give it a little stir. And then I'm gonna just cover it back up here and let it finish simmer and cook, but it looks good, it smells good, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna taste good. Okay, so it has simmered, it has slow cooked, and I actually let it rest for 10 minutes in the pot to let it steam on its own slowly. And now I'm going to add my beans and sausage mixture to it. Okay, so we're just gonna put this in here. All right, this is the Cajun version of pilau, if you want to call it that. All right, and put that in there. And now I'm just gonna fold it into the rice. I tell you, it smells good. Okay, it looks good. It's not too dry. So there's a little bit, just a little bit of liquid left in here. Very little that's steaming out as I stir. Okay, I gotta take the bay leaf out. Gotta look for the other bay leaf too. Okay, I already took the habanero pepper out, so we don't have to worry about that. And here's the other bay leaf. Okay, and that's out. All right, and we have our jambalaya here. I don't want to stir it too much. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plate it up. I'm going to get a bowl here first, and this is just for show. You could just take it and plop it on the plate if you so like, if you so choose. But I'm going to actually put it in this bowl here. Okay, and this is actually a meal in one, so you could cook this for the whole family. You know, like I said, a lot of my family have gone the vegan route. They don't want to eat meat, or they're staying away from meat during the lentil season, and want to just stick with vegan or vegetarian, depending. So now with that there, I'm going to take the plate. Let me just fit it in the bowl here, nicely and neatly. Hope it holds up. I decided to do this last minute. Flip it over. Okay. Gonna come over here. Then I'm gonna slowly raise this up. Here we go. All right. Gonna put a couple of pieces of cilantro on top. And this here is just show. And then what we're gonna do is put some avocado with it. Okay. And I'm just gonna use 3 slices of avocado. Put it around it here. All right, and there you have it, folks. This here is our jambalaya, vegan jambalaya. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is give it a taste, let you all know how it tastes. You know, so I have a fork here, and we're going to dig in. So let's see what it is, what's happening here. All right. It's good. It's surprisingly good. You know, you get a blend of all these flavors and the spices. It's not dry, so you don't have to look for any type of sauce or gravy, because I know us Caribbean people like to have sauce or gravy on your food. All the spices are in here. You could actually taste it. You could actually taste the pepper. It's not too spicy, but spicy enough that the whole family could enjoy. And if anyone wants to add a little more spice to it, you could always get you some Bello hot habanero sauce and put it on top. It'll go great with this. I know that for sure. But that's it, folks. You know, go ahead, give it a try. If you need breakdown of the amount of ingredients that goes into it, just direct message me and I'll fill you in. Thanks a lot, and thanks for viewing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.